Hello friends, welcome to my channel FinTech Logics. So today we'll cover about MSME lending. We'll give an overview of the financial products or the loan products those are available in the market at this point of time. Now I have covered about why MSME is so important for economy and the government upliftment plans in my earlier videos. If you have not seen that, I'll provide the link here. Please have a look. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you like my content. Now let's begin without wasting much time. So in the segment of MSME lending, primarily let's look at who are the players who are involved in this segment. So the topmost players which are in MSME lending sectors are banks. I've not listed all the banks here. So primarily if you see SBI, ICICI, Axis Bank, new age banks like your IDFC Bank and HDFC are quite familiar in providing a lot of MSME lending products, may it be OD or other products. There are other banks as well as Union Bank of India and all also who give a lot of MSME segment. Now the next one in this segment who provide MSME loans are government bodies or NGOs. So there are different bodies like your SIDBI, your PM Swanidhi, your Udyami Mitra. These provide MSME loans through or partnering with some other banks. So probably that is a topic of another discussion. I'll try to cover the details of these bodies and how they work. Now there are a lot of NBFCs also who provide MSME loans of different types, and primarily they provide the most innovative ones in the market at this point of time. Now let's have a look at what is the broad level classification. So primarily if you see, your MSMEs need two kinds of financing. The first one is your working capital finance, which is for their day-to-day financing. And second thing is their capital expenditure needs, where they want to invest in expansion of their plants, machineries and other things. So these are long-term investments and they need probably loans of slightly higher amount. Primarily if you see, your interest rate varies between 10.5% to 22% for working capital. Still this is high, but the interest benchmark is like this. And for capital expenditure, because most of the cases it is secured, it varies between your 10.5% to 18%. Now in the working capital category, if you see, the primary one is business line of credit, where there are product variations in form of cash credit. That means the merchant would be given a limit and the borrower or the merchant can withdraw funds from that account as and when they need, and they might pay that as per flexible payment plans or probably every month end as per their usage. Now another variation here is the credit cards which are provided. So business credit cards I'm referring to, which can be used by your borrower for their day-to-day need of purchases and all. The second one in this category is supplier financing. So primarily the borrowers who are suppliers actually of goods and services, primarily manufacturing sector, they get an invoice attested by the supplier. So it can be used to get money before the payment is done by the customer to the supplier. So in this way there are a lot of innovations happening. So these are primarily invoice financing or invoice discounting products. The third one in this category, which is widely used, is overdrafts. So there are different types of overdrafts where it can be backed by a secured, where it is called as asset backed overdrafts. You would also see variations in form of drop line overdrafts, where your limits reduce over a time periodically. So those are primarily called as drop line overdrafts. Now another segment here is gold loans, where it is backed by gold, as the name suggests, and it can be short-term and long-term financing based on the limit setup, based on the amount of gold submitted or deposited by the borrower. Loans can be given, and they can be either ranging from a 5 days period to 6 months period. In that range, gold loan can be taken for day-to-day working capital need. When we come to capital expenses, primary product variation here is business loans, so wherein a lot of innovation is going to have unsecured loans. Primarily it can be also divided as per SCP, so which is for professionals, and for non-professionals, SCNP. So this is primarily unsecured loans, which is given for expansion of the facility, and this is pretty prevalent in India in form of being given by a lot of banks and NBFCs. The second variation is merchant loan. So now this merchant loan is quite prevalent in US and Germany markets. So wherein a primary variation is merchant cash advance. So wherein the borrower is a merchant who has actually partnership with a customer. Now the merchant can take the loan from a bank, and as and when there is periodic payments from the customer to merchant, some portion of that comes towards your loan repayments as well. So a lot of companies in India also has started up this in form of member loans. You would see now that a lot of portals which are there who are non-banking companies, they have their network of their agents or their members to whom they offer loans through partnering with some bank, and from the payment that would be made to these agents or members, repayment amount is also collected. So these are your merchant cash advance or member loans, which are slowly coming to Indian market also, and getting a huge advantage for the members of the body. Now the next one in this category, which is secured term loans. So now these are again for your expansion purpose, your equipments, your raw materials. So these are also normally backed by securities. A lot of times your primary collateral is your equipment itself or your raw materials, but sometimes it can also be backed by movable properties. Now in summary, if you see, the entire MSME lending is actually can be divided into these 7 categories, or broadly 2 categories. One is your working capital finance, and one is your capital expenses. Now we will talk in detail about each of these as I get some new innovations, and I will mix that with the process flows to cover that. I hope you have liked this video. Please subscribe so that you can get the other videos that I'm creating for the different kind of innovations which are happening in MSME, and also the new age compliances, those are being brought by RBI these days, specifically in the MSME segment. Thanks a lot viewers for watching my video.